Hi, everyone. It's Elliot and Todd.
While you're waiting for our next full episode, we wanted to share some bar snacks with you.
What are bar snacks, you ask?
Well, we're sitting at the bar with a few friends to discuss some light, snackable design and pop culture topics for you, the listener.
So join us and a few of our friends as we share our snacks with you. Love listening to podcasts, but always finding your audio cables have been nibbled on by your favorite furry friend? Invest in a 6-pack of Zapp's audio cables.
Created by the same geniuses who brought the original dog obedience shock collars to the market, Zapp's audio cables connect your favorite audio devices without the fear of Fluffy's chewing habits harshing your listening mellow.
Using our patented third rail technology, when your pet clamps down on one of our cables, a circuit is completed, causing the battery charge in your phone or headphones to be immediately and instantly directed into the cable, creating a 220-volt lesson for every pet in your household.
Trust us, it's the last cable they will ever buy.
So the next time you're listening to a podcast and wonder, what's that smell? Hey, it's just Zapp's audio cables doing their job.
Find us at your nearest hardware or farm supply store.
Not to be used in any household with pets under 10 pounds.
Hey, welcome back to part 2 of our conversation with our friend Lenny Terenzi. Invite you to go back and listen to part 1 if you haven't done that. As a matter of fact, go back and listen to all of our podcast episodes. Let's pick back up on the conversation, okay? Lenny, would you say you're more Camp Warner Brothers or Hanna-Barbera?
So, Todd, I would say I am actually Camp both. Okay.
What?
I am, right? And I've got reasons.
Yeah.
So, right, WB Warner Brothers, that's just, I think that's the foundation for comedy,
classic,
for art. Like everything about those were classic, right? But Hanna-Barbera was like was very like lowbrow, right, kind of stuff. Like, repeating backgrounds when characters would run. The same door would go right. Whipping by. Stuff like that.
The table and the vase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they were each different things, right? Because like WB or Looney Tunes, for that matter, was just slapstick. So that just grounded your whole humor. But like Hanna-Barbera was like dialed in right to what I was as a kid at that age. Because, you had like the Laugh Olympics for Hanna-Barbera. You had, all that kind of stuff. But cool story. I think Todd may have heard this one. Quick story. When my first professional job, I worked at a gaming company in Cary, North Carolina. And we got a Warner Brothers license. We were doing Warner Brothers games. So we were doing Looney Tunes jigsaw puzzles, like digital ones. But we also did stuff like Men in Black and stuff like that when those movies came out. But anytime you do a Looney Tunes property, Warner Brothers requires you contractually to go to Looney Tunes University. And what that is they send out a Looney Tunes historian with 12 hours of cartoons, some that classic opera, all that stuff, and scenes, and a whole spread of food, and all sorts of original cells, and all this history. And they like literally rent out a hotel, like banquet hall type thing. And you all sit there all day, and they tell you stories, and you watch cartoons, and they just go through this whole thing to like give you the weight of the history behind Looney Tunes. And so when I got to do that, it just...
That sounds horrible. Yeah.
How can Todd and I not do that?
I know. I'm still waiting for Looney Tunes Day at work, Todd, and I'm really like, come on, man, I'm on 2 years now.
I know. We do need to move that along. And you said food was involved too. How cool was that?
Even better, yeah.
So I have so many Looney Tunes stories out of that. It's just so...
Okay, so Todd, it's official. We need to get Looney Tunes as a podcast sponsor.
Okay, well, I'm glad you finally decided that we can make that happen.
Twist my arm. I was unconvinced until this conversation just now.
Hey, so Lenny, what was the first movie that you remember seeing in a theater?
Superman 2 with my grandfather.
He
Your
was in the movie?
grandfather was in Superman 2? Yeah, that's
right.
Amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow. Yeah.
But no, 1980.
Terrence Stamp was his grandfather.
Yes.
Yeah. I went to see a movie with my grandmother, but you'd have to listen to one of our podcast episodes to hear that beautiful
So that's
story.
not going to happen then, right? Nobody's going to ever hear that story, right?
Yeah. Oh, Todd and I are the only
so
two
far,
who
two
know
of us
about
know
it.
it.
But yeah, I used to go
Yeah.
see my grandparents every summer. And summer 1980, he took me to see Superman 2. I also saw Ghostbusters and Back to the Future with him as well. So Grandpa
Yeah.
definitely shaped some pop culture for sure.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Did he drive you there in his DeLorean, or like how did that work?
No, it was like a 1978 Chevelle or something like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
Yeah,
too.
that was time traveling in a different
Right.
way.
He also introduced me to the movie Airplane as well. So different end of the spectrum from those other ones. but-
Todd. Oh no!
I love your
that's
granddad.
Our for Todd and I. That's our North Star. That movie, literally.
That is.
Surely you must be kidding.
When I got, that's right. Hospital. What is
Don't
it?
call me Shirley.
Yeah.
It's a big building with patients. Yeah.
Yeah. When I got my wisdom teeth out, Todd all too eagerly volunteered to pick me up, and I was recovering at his house. And I, even in my haze, my drug-induced haze, I remembered that he had a Betamax VCR with Airplane on beta, and he's like, well, what do you want? And I was like, and my mouth was swollen and filled with gauze, and I was like, I want Airplane, you know. And he rolls his eyes and he like goes into the hall closet and digs out this dust covered VCR. And we watched Airplane on beta. The picture was so crystal clear. Take that, Blu-ray.
That's right.
It was. And you remember I said, well, first, we've got to change the gauze in your mouth. And Elliot says, I'll go.
He didn't sound like Marlon Brando in The Godfather?
No, I didn't.
I'll go,
Or in Superman.
Or in Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
no,
right. That's
no,
right.
I did not. But yeah, you said Airplane, so now you're officially our friend. Up until now,
That's our Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, we were iffy about you. I'm just putting that.
I'm
out
still iffy about me.
Yeah. I'm not.
there. Yeah, and I've known myself my whole life. Okay, new question: who was or is the best advertising character?
Oh yes. So again, I'm nostalgia, right? And this is a pop culture thing.
Yeah.
I don't think in the late '70s, '80s anybody did it better than McDonald's, because like back then you didn't just have Ronald. You literally, I mean, these right. Hamburglar and grip, like literally pot-soaked Ellis, like these drug and dream characters were literally marketed to children, and it worked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you remember when they introduced the Fry Guys?
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember when they first introduced them, and as a
Yeah,
little kid, I was like,
yeah.
"What the hell is this all about?"
Mayor McCheese,
Like you can't. Yeah, yeah. There's a great Onion article about Mayor McCheese's nude body being found in a ditch, like some kind of political assassination.
he did kind of disappear as the '80s came on. You know, it was like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they never found a body,
Nope.
to the best of my knowledge. It's sort of a cold case. Well, it's a half cold case. Half of it was hot, and then the other
that was
half
the
cold.
McDLT.
That
Yeah,
that
no,
was
I
the
know.
McDLT. Clay. Did you know that Ronald and Birdie couldn't be in the same scene alone? Like according to their guidelines, they had to always have supervisors in McDonald Land because Birdie was a female. Yeah, there are these massive books that Leo Burnett had as guidelines for writing and scripting and directing McDonald Land commercials,
Wow.
and it had things like that. Like they could never make fun of Grimace, you know, because
About his weight.
Here's what our food's going to make you look like.
So, Grimace, you've been hitting the treadmill? Yeah.
Well, you know, Grimace was really childlike, but you know, he was a big boy, so you know they couldn't make fun of that. And again, yeah, Ronald and Birdie couldn't be in the same scene alone. Yeah, so very interesting tidbits. I guess I'm telling McDonald Land secrets, but luckily no one listens to our podcast, so it won't
Certainly not. You know, we're also going to get McDonald's now as another sponsor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
retroactively, we're going to get in trouble.
You'll get something from McDonald's.
Good.
It might be a cease and desist, but
Oh, we've gotten those before too.
I say McDonald's, but also the General Mills Monster cereal, like Count Chocula, Frankenberry,
Oh,
Blueberry, right? But what are the other two?
Frankenberry.
The Mummy.
Oh,
There's the Mummy,
Yep,
right?
Yummy Mummy.
or whatever that was.
Yummy Mum.
And there was the
Okay.
werewolf, which is Fruit Brute.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
Fruit
yep.
Brute.
They never
Yeah,
never
Fruit
caught
Brute.
on as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
the cereal that Eric Stoltz's character is eating when he's the drug dealer in Pulp Fiction. He's eating Fruit Brute.
Ah, look
Love
at you.
that.
Look at the big brain on Elliot tying it all together there.